Hi again. Now that we've set up a initial project with some activities, some milestones, groups, phases, dependencies, and a lot more, now it's time to add another layer to it. This time we're talking about cost structures. In project management, we often talk about the triple constraint model. That's time, costs, and performance. These three constraints or parameters are basically determining the success or no success of a project. So therefore we always have to see for time, how long does a project take? Are we still on time? For costs, are we aligned with the budget that we've set ourselves? And for performance, are we actually doing the work that we discussed previously, for example, with our stakeholders? And today I'd like to focus on one of those constraints, the cost side. So therefore we directly jump into Merlin Project again and have a look at the finance inspector. Here you can basically set costs and a budget for groups of activities, for individual activities, or for milestones. So let me show you how it works. Let's, for example, go for the preparation phase. I don't want to go too nitty-gritty, just show you the concept. So let's imagine for our open house project, we got the instruction that we're allowed to use roughly 3,000 euros in budget for the preparation phase. So therefore, I'm going into preparation. I go into the inspector once again. If the inspector is not active, quickly go on this icon in the top right hand corner and activate it. And then we go to the dollar sign. This is our finance inspector. Here you can see we've got three different tabs. We've got the budget, we've got costs, and we got the balance. Basically for the budget, that's what we want to enter our budget constraints in that our CEO gave us. So therefore we requested maybe 4,000 euros. We wanted to negotiate a bit. And in the end, we got 3,000 euros approved. So you can see over here in the result, approved 3,000 euros. And then I can write a note, CEO approval, for example. So now let's have a look at one cost example. So for the cost allocation, I want to be a bit more nitty-gritty. I want to align the costs directly to the activities that have caused them. So therefore I'm going, for example, to designing and sending out invitations. So let's now go into the cost inspector. And over here I can collapse the base costs because I want to give each cost a real name. So let's say we have, for example, paper cards. We wanted to send out some physical cards to our customers, for example. And for that, we have planned an amount of 500 euros. The cards were on sale, so it only cost us 400 euros. Obviously, totally fictitious numbers, but just so you get the drill. So next up, there could be another item. So for example, the shipping costs. The shipping costs were for 500 euros. They were 100 euros. But we miscalculated it a bit, it was 150 euros. So over here you can see that there's a cost level of 600 euros. You can sum it up basically, or it's automatically sums it up over here. And we see that the designing and sending out invitations has cost us 600 euros. Now, if we go back into the preparation over here, I can go into the balance tab and I see directly how much expected costs we have, how much planned costs we have, and our actual costs. So you see we had a budget of 3,000 euros. We had a base cost of 550 expected costs. We planned for 600 euros base costs. And in the end, we had 550 expected costs. That's basically the expectations versus reality that we typed in the costs for the invitation cards. So therefore, we still have a budget of 2,450 euros for the preparation phase if we want to stay in our budget. So that's the cost structure with Merlin Project.